One of my favourite things to do since starting this channel is reading your comments and looking up your suggestions. The fact is, you're brilliant, you're amazing, and your taste in cozy games, pretty impeccable. The fact is, there is such a brilliant hive of cozy gaming knowledge right here, and I want to make sure that people know about it. So that's the video today. I have been scrolling through your comments, researching all the cozy games that you have thrown at me. The rules are simple. I cannot have played this game before, and at the end of the video, you need to comment with the game or games that you most like from this video, and whatever gets the most votes in the comments in a couple of weeks' time is the game that I'm going to buy myself, play, and feature on the channel at some point in the near future. So let's get into the video and let's game cozy. Our lineup begins today with a coming-of-age JRPG which you've likely heard of, but like me, potentially you haven't tried yet. While I mentioned Atelier Ryza 3 in another video, this time I am mentioning the debut title Atelier Ryza... Oh gosh, what's the title? It is called Atelier Ryza Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout. Such a long title. Talking about the Atelier Ryza games intimidate me so much. It seems like there is so much to cover in the story and the gameplay mechanics. I even looked it up the other day and there is a 12-hour video that's just cutscenes, and that is longer than the extended version of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I can't quite cover that. Still, something really lovely about the Atelier Ryza series is that our main characters age throughout the 3 adventures, and we begin our journey with Atelier Ryza at the age of 17. So that makes this a great coming-of-age story where all the characters are still bright-eyed about the world and just coming into adulthood and deciding who it is they want to be. Ryza is a girl living on an island that seeks adventure, and one day she finds an abandoned rowboat and ventures to the mainland with her friends Lent and Tao. This begins their adventure and Ryza's path to learning alchemy, meeting more friends along the way. Throughout, you'll play as Ryza, but in battle you get to be strategic, using various characters in your party to fight in a real-time turn-based combat system. From what I hear, there is a lot to love and also a lot to learn about this combat system, and I have actually linked a video below that explains it in a lot more detail in case that's something that you want to learn about. Alongside combat, there is the always cozy activity of gathering, which is needed for Ryza's alchemy, and you'll find yourself gathering a lot more than buying in order to get ingredients. You can also use different tools to gather ingredients from the same source, so for example, depending on your tool, you'll get different materials from a tree, lumber from an axe, fruit from a staff, or wood chips from a scythe. The world itself and the character designs are so beautiful. My one complaint coming from my lazy ass that would have liked an English dubbed version, but if you are used to anime, you're likely not faced by that at all. It's very much a me problem. The game length is around 27 hours or even 61 if you're a completionist, and at $72 US, it's definitely one of the pricier games on today's list, but it's actually half price in the eShop right now until April 12th, so right now could be a really good time to give it a go. Next on my list, we have a really charming adventure with Chicory: A Colourful Tale. This is a beautiful top-down adventure where the whole world is a colouring book. Chicory is an artist who wields a magic paintbrush that coloured in the world, but you play as one of her biggest fans and a janitor that works in her tower. One day though, Chicory goes missing and all the colour has gone with her. All that's left is her brush, so you decide to pick it up and fill in, only to find yourself on a quest to defeat the Corruption, a menace that has taken over Picnic Province. You absolutely don't need to be an artist to play this game, and the colouring mechanic starts off pretty simple, but as time goes on, you're able to unlock more colours and powers that let you interact with the world in new ways. You can even swim through paint and uncover hidden messages. The storyline may also hit home for a lot of creatives and is one of my strongest pulls to play, as self-doubt is a very real struggle. With 10 hours of gameplay plus heaps of side quests and collectibles, this is a great cozy game for only $19.99. You can play Chicory on the Switch, PC, and PlayStation 4 or 5, but I would opt either for the PC so that you can draw using your mouse, or the Switch as in handheld mode, you can draw with your finger on the screen. This next game took me by surprise by how full the world is, how much there is to do, and basically just how much fun I can see myself having. And that game is called Epic Chef. In Epic Chef, you play as Zest, a chef who is embarking on a culinary journey to farm, craft, and cook his way into a legend. And that is basically everything I need to know this is a great cozy game. On your journey to becoming epic, you get to freely explore the city of Ambrosia, which includes a fishing spot, a spa, and of course a tavern You get to create a farm, which can even include unicorns, plus you'll be able to customize your own restaurant as well as your slightly haunted mansion. The main battles in Epic Chef are, shockingly, chef battles, where your dishes are scored by a variety of judges with different tastes, which means no culinary clash is ever quite the same, and the whole game just sounds hilarious. Epic Chef certainly doesn't take itself seriously, but there is definitely a lot of heart baked into this humorous, quirky, and actually huge game. Epic Chef is available on Nintendo Switch, PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the main story is 32 hours long, with about 20 more hours if you want to complete all the side missions too. From the creator of To the Moon comes a second installment called Finding Paradise. Now, I am still playing through To the Moon, and it's actually the first full playthrough that will be on my channel. It is such a lovely, heartwarming, and emotional game. Unless you're a robot, I swear this game will make you cry. Finding Paradise follows on from To the Moon with similar themes and a storyline about two doctors who travel through a dying person's memories to artificially fulfill their last wish. It's a point-and-click game that's super story-driven and only about 5 hours long, but for $12 it's definitely one to check out. But if you're yet to play To the Moon, I do insist that you play that first. And both games are available via PC, the Nintendo Switch, and mobile. Next we have another shorty but goodie, and I actually cannot believe I haven't mentioned this one on my channel yet, and that is Coffee Talk. I'm actually pretty sure Coffee Talk 2 comes out during April, so good timing to talk about Coffee Talk now. Coffee Talk is described as a coffee brewing and heart-to-heart talking simulator, where you listen to fantasy-inspired modern people's problems and help them out with a warm cuppa. The pixel art and anime-inspired visuals just add to the coziness in this game, and the jazzy lo-fi music fits perfectly too. You also get to try your hand at coffee art, which I really hope that the characters aren't too fussed about being perfect, because if real life is anything to go by, I will suck at this. Honestly, I didn't know that talking sims were up my alley at all before trying the free game Archipelago on Steam, so if you're a bit on the fence about this too, maybe check that out. It only takes about 20 minutes to run through the story the first time. But also right now, Coffee Shop is 50% off at the eShop, taking it from a great game at $12.99 to an absolute steal at $6.49. A really great cozy game that takes about 4 hours to beat or 8 hours to complete, and Coffee Talk is also available on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Last on my list is another huge one, another one that has a sequel. I cannot believe I haven't played or even mentioned this one on my channel yet, and that is Octopath Traveler. You've probably heard of it, and if not, you may have already guessed that this game is about 8 travelers. You follow 8 travelers that you get to play as whenever you like, keeping 4 with you anytime on your journey. There is one catch, being whatever character you choose first has to remain in your party throughout the game, and you will start the adventure in their city, so you might meet the rest of the travelers in different orders to other players. Something else really cool is that all of the main characters' first names initials also spell Octopath. I don't know if that's well known or not, I just saw that while I googled it. I always like little hidden things like that, so that's cool. From what I've seen from reviews is that the stories of the travelers don't cross over or combine as much as you might hope, but characters do help each other, the stories are really great, and if there is one thing that makes a cozy game cozy, I would say it's that players don't want to skip over text and cutscenes, which is another great thing that I keep hearing. Octopath Traveler is also beautiful, following a fairly classic yet updated graphic style. The characters are 2D, but they explore a 3D tilt-shift world with 16-bit textures that are made really fresh with the addition of sand, snow, and water that look much more modern and realistic. It's this combination that makes it really nostalgically cozy, but also an exciting new adventure, and at 60 hours long, it really is an adventure. For completionists, you can expect to almost double that time, and I can definitely see this as a game you want to keep playing after the end credits, so you can come to a conclusion with each of your travelers' journeys. Octopath Traveler is available on the Switch, PC, and Xbox One. You can very occasionally find it for 50% off, but most of the time it is full price at $60. And that was 6 amazing Nintendo Switch games, all featured here today because you lovely lot recommended them in the comments, and I would love to keep that train rolling. If there are any games you've loved recently, please do mention them down in the comments below, and don't forget to vote for whichever game you want to win on this list that I will play in a couple of weeks' time. If you enjoyed this, please do click the like button and give subscribe a little tappy tap if you want some more cozy gaming content. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave something else cozy right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!